It has issued just a very short statement following what transpired today. We understand that his offices were besieged by the regime of Emmerson Mnangagwa. It's a story that we've been busy with throughout the day, updating the people of Zimbabwe. I guess because Zimbabweans were actually very, very worried about what is happening to Tendai Biti, and I'm sure a lot of people are still worried about what exactly are the intentions of Emmerson Mnangagwa with these vocal politicians, especially regarding the Amendment Bill number 3 of 2026, which wants to make 22 sweeping changes to the constitution of Zimbabwe. These changes have overwhelmingly been actually opposed by the people of Zimbabwe, including also some elements of ZRP and war veterans have actually opposed these changes that are intended to be effected by the regime of Emmerson Mnangagwa. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So let's hear Tendai Biti speaking. It's good that we could hear him speaking after a very, very traumatic day today. Let's hear him speaking.
26, which 6, as you know, our government has gazetted Constitutional Amendment number 3 of 2026, which seeks to extend the term of office of the President and Parliament by a further 2 years to 2030. Elections are supposed to be held in 2028. They now want them to be held in 2030. The amendment also seeks to change the way we elect our President from a direct election of 17 million people to an election through Parliament, 300 members of Parliament. The amendment also seeks to avoid a referendum. Our constitution is very clear that when you remove term limits, 2 referendums are required. I was in my office today when the police surrounded the SEM and besieged the SEM. This is the 3rd time that they've done that. They've also heavily assaulted a worker at that office called Pardon Chipangura. They've also attacked some of the clients that had come to see me.
So this is Tendai Biti actually chronicling what has transpired throughout the day today. I hope we had a snippet. I'm sure he will also speak at length about this. I'll be sharing this video on Hlonipani Global News on my Facebook channel. A lot of people have actually responded following this action, brutal action by the regime of Emmerson Mnangagwa. A lot of people have responded showing dismay to what is currently happening in Zimbabwe. Prince Bego Spanda saying the state security apparatus should stop the parallel security structures that are persecuting Zimbabweans. If they don't, citizens will be forced to take the law into their hands and defend themselves, and then the actually terrorise, obey Sitole. Responding also says the camping by police, Zimbabwe Republic Police at Tendai Biti's offices is yet another indicator of how the regime is afraid of the people. They are trying to silence and disrupt voices committed to fight in defense of the constitution. Last week they barred the launch of CDF Zim, and today they beat up people the same way they did to Professor Matuku and members of his party. This follows a series of forced cancellation of events organized by CSOs, defacing of Jameson Timbers residence, and the bombing of Ibo Mandaza SEPs late last year. These are few of many cases of state-sponsored cruelty aimed at facilitating the butchering of the Constitution. The people shall defend the Constitution. A lot of people actually are responding with dismay to this. Justice A. Mabenzenge saying the harassment of people who are opposed to the proposed amendments, including through death threats as physical assault, banning peaceful gatherings and setting vigilante groups on them, is further evidence of the unpopularity of this bill. A lot of people actually punching the regime so hard. I think if the regime thinks that such actions will make people to draw back, in fact it is making people to be more determined to stop the mutilation of the Constitution. Tapiwa Nashe Chiringa saying the regime in Harare is determined to stifle debate in its ridiculous proposal to amend the Constitution for power consolidation. With the siege at Tendai Biti's office, the latest show of the repressive tactics employed, even as they claim they are curing political toxicity with their proposal. It's manifestly clear that this is a constitutional coup that not only seeks to alter democratic processes but permanently shut down political dissent and debate. A lot of people actually pouring their opinions on actually this situation. Someone saying, the aspiring detector saying, I think some of these things are deliberately meant. Oh, that's a ZANU-PF person. Let me not complete this. Someone says the police will lie and say they weren't aware or they were never there. Mfunge Henyu, who is Minister of Home Affairs, let him know. History will remember him and record him in the hall of shame. The people of Zimbabwe actually responding harshly. Someone saying, I mean, they are speaking loudly and clear. The people of Zimbabwe. Someone, Chofamba, saying, this pattern of violations of citizens' rights is why your comments were so offensive. You will never see more and more of these clampdowns, including violent attacks, which follow a pattern so well trodden that anyone expressing incredulity in the face of gruesome evidence of such attacks is really just taking the piece and rubbing salt in the wounds of victimized. Perhaps they identify with the perpetrators of the violations and violence. People so angry. Zimbabwe Constitutional Movement writing, we condemn these barbaric tactics by the Zimbabwe Republic Police and the state security agencies who are resorting to violence and intimidation, particularly to those opposing the Amendment Bill number 3. The continued harassment of the CDF Zimbabwe conveyor Tendai Biti and his members must stop. So Zimbabweans coming out in numbers. Someone says it's high time we chase Zikananda, Zimbabwe Republic police officers from the locations. They must stay in police camps. Someone saying opposition leader Tendai Biti is reportedly under siege. I think it's someone who was reporting about this situation. Someone saying, Asinai, Police Zimbabwe, this is the best way to use national resources and your precious time chasing after fellow citizens who are exercising their constitutional rights to meet and speak their views on governance issues. What happens to your real business of keeping us safe? Someone saying the police, it's quite pathetic what is happening in Zimbabwe. So that is the news that is currently trending in Zimbabwe. CDF convener Tendai Biti harassed today, including his clients that wanted to attend to him. Essentially, his business day totally disturbed today, which means he couldn't work, he couldn't actually deliver services to his clients. This is what happened. This is the cost that Zimbabweans pay in opposing the illegal constitutional amendment bill number 3 of 2026. We will continue to follow that story with keen interest. We know that this regime is a very, very evil regime. They have shown their intentions and definitely we expect them to continue this brutality, but it is making people to be strong and to be brave. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. Okangubu Mhlabane is signing out. Let me love and leave you. Let's meet on the other side of the live broadcast as I give you more.